All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's webinar. Thank you again for joining us this afternoon. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Today, we're going to talk about managed Wi-Fi, joined by Chris Gaccio and BJ Atwood today, a couple of our experts who handle managed Wi-Fi and security for the Powernet teams. Just really thankful and grateful for the great channel team we have, all of you who bring us opportunities, who allow us to come into clients and be that trusted advisor, be that trusted partner for their technology needs. So again, thank you for being here, and we hope you get something positive out of today's webinar, and it potentially bring some ideas to the forefront of possible clients you may have that would be interested in this type of solution. A little bit about Powernet as a company. So we've been in business 28 years, started as a telecom reseller. We still do voice solutions in almost any flavor and fashion you can think of. So that is our heritage. But as we've grown throughout the years, we've expanded that technology suite significantly. So encompassing nearly any technology that would need to exist in a commercial retail environment. We are headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio. We have numerous offices in Florida, and Utah, and so about 110 employees spread throughout our various locations. We do have actually two 24/7 network operations centers to support all of our clients and all of your clients. So that is domestically based. So we really try and set ourselves apart from a post-sale support standpoint from other providers. Just a little bit of a quick snapshot of the types of things that we can bring to your portfolio for your clients. And again, encompassing a huge swath of any technology that a business could need. Today, we'll focus on managed Wi-Fi and security, but that's really just one piece of the puzzle that we can provide in a full cohesive solution, and really one point of contact for your clients, and make it very simple for them, make it very future-proof, and just make it a strong system so they can worry about or focus on their business, and just make sure that everything from a technology standpoint has no pain points, no headaches for them. So we do offer the security managed services, a very up and coming product that we're seeing a lot of excitement about is IPTV. So that can also ride the Wi-Fi network that we're talking about today. Cell phone boosters, of course, traditional voice and data, and we do have solutions for large contact centers, both from a voice solution standpoint and a software standpoint. We are a partner with Genesis, so we can deliver tremendous solutions for call centers as well. Just a quick agenda here today. So we'll talk a little bit about managed Wi-Fi, what it is, how it works, why it's important, why clients are looking for it, what type of clients are looking for it, and really how you can start that conversation and bring that opportunity to us so that we can then design and implement something that's going to work very well for your client. And I talked a little bit about the company just in general. I will touch a bit on our culture because that really sets us apart. Wi-Fi and all those things I mentioned in the previous slide, those are not Powernet exclusive products. Those can be gotten from other suppliers, other vendors. We believe we're a little bit unique in that we can put it all on a single invoice and really take their vendor list down for simplicity. But really what sets us apart is our team structure internally. So we have Chris on the phone, we have BJ on the phone. They both run, managed security and Wi-Fi teams. So from a design and engineering standpoint, those teams are really focused on putting the right solution together for your client. And then installation and implementation team. So we have Jill Warren, who's been with us for 17 years. Her team is really in charge of making sure that the process from a yes that your client gives us and signs the paperwork to implementation is a very positive experience, a very smooth experience. And then, of course, post-sales support. So the sale never ends just because we've signed a contract and we've installed. Anytime there's changes, potential issues, additional products that your client's looking for, those are all opportunities that further the sale, to further that deep relationship that we're really looking to do. We're really looking to be a partner with both you and with your clients, rather than just a simple vendor relationship. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Chris. And if his audio is working good, he's going to take it from here for the next few. Thank you, Chris.
All right. Hey, no problem. Can you guys hear me okay?
Sure can.
Awesome. Okay. So just at a high level, as far as what our managed Wi-Fi service is, really what we do is we provide a complete Wi-Fi and even a network solution into different business environments, right? So it could be standard corporate, could be healthcare, could be into things like a large public venue like a zoo or a stadium. And we do that with a really kind of two things in mind. One, it's doing it with a complete design. So we're not just going in there and guessing how many access points to throw into an environment and see if it might work. Our team does do pre-designs, whether they're predictive based off of floor plans that are provided, or sometimes, in complex environments, we actually go out on site and do some detailed readings and things like that to make sure that we're going to have adequate coverage. Some of the other big things or kind of important things with the managed Wi-Fi solution that we provide is that we build that into a secure platform. So it not only provides us with that pure Wi-Fi connectivity, but we also get increased visibility, much more increased control over the devices that connect to that. Many environments, it's very mixed, where you might have guest access on the network. Of course, your internal corporate networks and employee networks, as well as things like IoT devices and even remote vendors that might be monitoring, like AC controls and building controls and things like that. So, of course, this is all centrally managed, and we build it out in a very scalable way. So if the customer needs to increase their business, we can go ahead and scale the network with them. From a managed Wi-Fi network, again, I mentioned that we do look at this from an overall perspective from network connectivity and security. Typically, when we bring a managed Wi-Fi network together, we're doing that up into a provided firewall that we provide into that customer environment. So that way we can isolate that traffic, again, based off of different scenarios, whether it's internal, external IoT, or vendor access. We can segment that traffic and keep everything secure and safe. We also provide with that our security fabric, where there's different devices that can tie into the security fabric. So again, that just kind of leads into that visibility and being able to see into different devices and assist with troubleshooting. So when people might be having problems with IoT devices or laptops in different parts of the network, we have that full visibility, as well as the threat intelligence and things like that we can drill down into those different devices and we can isolate compromised devices, we can detect data breaches, things like that. So much more than just pure Wi-Fi connectivity. So why is it important? Again, with most Wi-Fi networks that are out there, or not most, I wouldn't say, but with a lot of Wi-Fi networks that are out there, the systems are put in, sometimes they're kind of put in haphazardly, sometimes they're not maintained properly. They can be a very weak point from a security perspective, and they can also just be a weak point from a customer expectation or even employee expectation perspective because of poor coverage, right? So again, when we design the networks from a Wi-Fi perspective, we're always looking at really two sides of it, if you will, the security side of it, as well as the coverage and the access side of it, to make sure that those customers are satisfied with the end result that they get.
BJ, if you would
Talk
just
about
tell
some
us
of
a
our case
little bit
studies.
about the unique deployment we did for the Western and Southern Open. I think it would be a good thing, especially for those who may be targeting a public venue for the Wi-Fi solution.
Yeah, we came in there 5 years ago, almost 6 now, and took a bunch of the maps, built out a predictive that was given to us by the people that run the facility. We went through, got all of our AP placements of where we thought they would go, went on site, then actually figured out, this location won't work because we don't have cabling there. So we had to come up with like unique ways of mounting APs to poles, or figuring out how to get cabling to certain areas. There's a lot of conduit in this place. And of course, great Wi-Fi, you have to have a great network. So we had to work alongside their IT staff, make sure the switching was up to date, make sure that it had its security as well on top of that, to protect the users that were going to be in this facility. We also worked with, we currently are working with them on redoing the entire network. So we're just kind of in talks right now. But for the most part, it was a lot of, figuring out what works best for the customer and works best for the people on site. And of course, the Cincinnati and Columbus zoos, one of the most unique environments I've ever done in Wi-Fi. They had very strict ways things have to look there. The aesthetics have to be perfect all the time. So much so that we actually had to come up with an idea of putting APs in PVC rocks. So it hid them very, very well. To this day, most of them are still up. A few of them have been run over by a bulldozer because they actually thought it was a rock. But again, working with their IT staff and their infrastructure, making sure their switching is up to date, make sure all of their firewalls are up to date, and to make sure that their internal network actually can handle everything. So there's a lot of fiber at both locations. So you have to understand, like, you have to get the right switching in place, make sure all the right power for all the APs is there. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but for the most part, we actually get just some basic questions in the beginning from the customer. We take that information, we get the maps, we build what we think, and then we start conferencing with the customers and making sure that they know what to expect from us, as well as the network and the Wi-Fi that's involved too. So, and then if there's a missing piece, it kind of helps. We can, come in and say, hey, listen, we would rather sell, some ICX switching just for our Wi-Fi, because it can handle the network a lot better than, say, just throwing access points out there on their current network. So
Great. Thank you, BJ. I appreciate that. And I work with BJ and Chris for a number of years now, and just, I can't say enough about them and the teams they've put together. And just from a sales support standpoint, when I bring an opportunity from one of our channel partners to them, just their ability to really ask the right questions. They want to hear the vision from your client of what how the client sees this solution working best for their business and what their unique challenges may be, and then really designing something to meet those needs, and again, becoming that true partner, not just somebody who's going to sell you something bolted up on a pole and away you go, but really get involved in their business, get involved in their pain points, and find out how we can make a strong solution for them. As Chris mentioned, the Wi-Fi solutions that we provide are very scalable. So new locations. So if they have a corporate location and a couple other branches, and then they want to turn up 3 new locations, it's very easy. Or 3 new buildings on their campus in a school environment. Very easy to do that, very quick, and again, designed to meet their specific needs. From the channel standpoint, we can offer the managed Wi-Fi in a couple different fashions depending on what the client is most comfortable with. So when we have a particular opportunity, we can provide both a CapEx model or an OpEx model depending on what they'd like to see from an accounting standpoint. So we're very flexible as far as that goes. A lot of the equipment and everything is going to be a one-time commission to you, and then the management then is that recurring revenue that you can kind of count on for budgetary purposes throughout the life of the contract, and of course through any renewals. On the upsells, again, when if you light up a customer with a Wi-Fi network, and in a year and a half, 2 years, they decide they want to look at cell phone boosters or anything in the Powernet suite of services, if they come to us directly, you're already tied to the account. So anything they come directly to us with, you would earn commission on that as well. So, we've been channel focused almost, there's like 8 months where Bernie ran this show by himself when he first started it. But since that point, we've been about 27 and a half years of channel focus. So we're always very cognizant of making sure our partners get the commissions they deserve. And again, we appreciate any introductions that you give us to your clients. And of course, any upsells would be credited to you as well, regardless of your involvement. This goes back a little bit to our full suite of products. Just, the firewalls, the access points. We can do vulnerability scanning when they're first coming on as a client. If they've got existing firewalls and they want to know how those are performing, and potentially either look at us to manage those firewalls or upgrade them, we can show them where their potential vulnerabilities are with outdated software, outdated server licenses, and things that could result in a breach or some other security issue. Of course, data backup and recovery on offsite servers. Anytime a client has old servers that they've got in a server closet on site, that's an issue, because if you've got an event of a flood or a tornado or hurricane, it is really best to have that offsite data backup and recovery, and we can help them with that as well. And of course, on the data side, we have a couple options on SD-WAN. It's really nice being a Fortinet partner on the firewall side, because they've really stepped up in integrating SD-WAN into those firewall devices, so it doesn't take multiple units to do security and SD-WAN. Of course, email security, we've got a few different partners from a software standpoint there. And then we can provide monthly, quarterly reporting to the internal IT staff, or to the CFO or whoever would need to see those types of things. This is a quick snapshot of some of the places we've seen that have needed managed Wi-Fi. You can obviously read that, but I will add a couple others. So hospitality, especially bundled managed Wi-Fi with our IPTV solution, is a very strong play in hospitality. the what we call the MDU space, which is multi-dwelling units. That could be a planned community, a condo facility, senior living, memory care, those type of assisted living environments. So, managed Wi-Fi really helps drive the content they need from a TV standpoint, from an internet access standpoint. And then some other places that may not initially come to mind that we've done deployments is manufacturing. Greenhouses has been one that we've really been working with a lot lately. So as these traditionally agricultural, or you might say blue collar from a manufacturing standpoint, as they really expand technology from an inventory management, from a project management, from a process management, they're really stepping up from a technology standpoint because they see the cost savings that having technology within those environments can provide. So a managed Wi-Fi solution would be a critical piece of driving all those different initiatives. So identifying managed Wi-Fi opportunities, anybody that has a 5-year, 3 or more year old Wi-Fi deployment, and they perhaps have some pain points with that. There may be some security issues with what they've put in, or it may just not be performing up to their standard. So that is a good opportunity there. Companies with multiple locations, we can certainly help in that fashion, help tie those locations together. IT teams so if you've got an organization that's either growing quickly or they have a small IT staff that can do desktop and laptop and software very well, but are not particularly strong on the security side, we can bring in our managed security suite of products, and the power of 50 people in our network operations center who can really become an extension of their IT staff. If you've got a client that's got 2 or 3 people on an IT staff, those folks need to sleep, they might get sick, they might change jobs. So really having Powernet as a partner allows you to have that 24/7 IT coverage, and we'll work with them on what they want us to handle, what they want to handle internally, and we're very flexible from that standpoint. And again, as technology moves forward, we start talking about smart devices, IoT, all the different initiatives around that. So any organization looking to do that is going to need a strong, secure Wi-Fi network to help drive those things through the organization. And then we're very strong on the compliance side with our solutions. So healthcare has the HIPAA compliance as far as credit card payments or payment processing, we can help clients navigate through those things to make sure that they are completely up to speed and up to snuff from an auditor standpoint, and help them handle that to relieve that headache. Just some quick titles of people who may be good to target to start having these conversations, and then a few keywords that may be of interest to them. People are going to say, people have different perspectives on what they're looking to do or the terminology they may use, but really it's about opening up that conversation, finding out what their initiatives are, what their pain points today are, and then really just bringing our team in and helping, engaging us, and we can help, walk them through what they're looking to do. We've also got a few scoping questions here. One that's not on here that I think we should add, it would be, what is your security policy today? And some will have one very well documented, but most of the times you may get a blank stare. If you run into a client that does not have an existing security policy today for their organization, that is a great fit for bringing us in, so we can help them make sure that their networks are secure and they feel comfortable about moving forward with expanding technology, with different initiatives to make sure that they stay locked down as best as possible from a security standpoint. And then a few others, do they have some branch locations? Do they have a virtual environment in place from a server and backup standpoint? So again, servers that are on site at their particular facility, somebody knocks it off the rack, or we have a flood or a tornado or something of that nature, or a fire, that creates a problem if it's all stored right there. So we can help them virtualize that data, make it very easy from the standpoint of if they have an event, make it very easy for them to get all that data back so that their downtime with their customers and clients is at a minimal standpoint there. And then just in general, I think it's one of the great things to find out is, where are their headaches? Where are their pain points? What's causing them to stay up at night or worry about one particular aspect and of their technology solution? And certainly we can put our best foot forward and see if it's a good fit for a Powernet solution. And this is, again, really, we focus on putting together a very strong experience for our channel partners. You guys are out there. If you bring an opportunity to us, we take that very seriously. You're putting your reputation on the line, and so we have very high expectations for each other, for all of our teams. The bar is set very high, and so in order for us to continue to grow in the channel, we have to be that provider that does things a little bit differently, that really brings that strong experience for both you and your clients. So, anytime you want to have a more in-depth training, you don't have to wait for a webinar. So if one of those products we talked about back in the third or fourth slide, cell phone boosters, or public safety boosters, or really anything that we provide, if you want to have a one-on-one, just reach out to me, and if I can't handle it myself, then I'll most likely get one of the engineers or someone on Chris's team to help me with that, and we can walk you through that. So we're very strong on availability. We really want you to reach out to us and say, hey, I want to learn a little bit more about what questions I should ask. I want to learn a little bit more about this particular product, and we'd be glad to work with you on that. From an engineering side, I'm just blown away with what our engineering teams do. Chris manages just a wonderful group of engineers who are very willing to get in there and figure out the best design. And then, of course, BJ and his team provide support from a design standpoint, and then very strong on implementation, on the implementation piece. So, and then on the quoting side, some of these, it's really dependent on how complex the client's network is that we're looking to quote. But we try and make it very simple. We don't hide anything. It's very straightforward. This is what you're looking at from an initial cost standpoint. This is what you're looking at on a monthly basis, and we're not looking to increase it by 3% or 5% year over year through the contract. It is what it is, and we're partners. Again, we're not looking to deceive anybody or do anything strange from a billing or quoting standpoint. Of course, I talked a little bit about hands-on network design. We will work with their internal resources. We will work with anybody that they want on their end to make sure that what we're putting together for them matches their needs. And then, of course, our great marketing team has materials that are useful in trying to communicate to your clients some of the benefits of these different products, and they've put some wonderful things together we can share with you as well. And again, if there's anything you feel like you're missing, please reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. I am here to support the channel. I've been working in the channel. Well, I've been at Powernet for 20 years and have been working in one fashion or another on the channel team for 18. So I love working with you guys and gals. I really, I get a lot of enjoyment out of helping see people succeed and exceed expectations and get happy clients. So